What's up, guys? Today I'm going to share marketing secret number 3, the ad matrix. And this is how I went from 11.2% conversion rate to a 48.7% conversion rate. I went from 0.8% click through rate to 4.1%. In other words, I went from getting a 25% return on my investment to an 800% ROI, which means I went from earning 25 cents on every dollar I spent to earning $8 for every dollar. So now for every dollar I spend in ads, I make $8 in profit. This is all thanks to avatars and what I'm going to show you today, which is the ad matrix. So in the last video, you guys, I showed you how to create unique buyer personas, what we call avatars. And you're targeting a very specific corner of the market, and you're talking to them about their interests and their behaviors, what they're into. On the ad matrix, you're using that same concept to advertise and write your ad copy and stuff like that, your messages on your marketing. So, for example, here's what the ad matrix looks like. So it's just a grid with a bunch of boxes, right? And so what you use this to do is you create 5 different hooks. Now, a hook is a psychological kind of point or hook point or selling point that reels them in the door. So I'll give you some examples. There's threat hooks, there's social hooks, and there's gain hooks. A threat hook is when you threaten somebody basically to take action. So a good example of that is, don't do anything until you read this. Like, don't buy another XYZ until you read this XYZ. Another hook is numbers. So you could be like 3 ways to do this, or 3 solutions for this, or 7 ways to do this, or 101 ways to do this. Another way is a time hook. A time hook is if you have 5 minutes, you can learn how to do this, or 3 minute, this is a quick 3-minute thing, or it takes you 60 seconds to do this. And you use time to hook them in. A social hook would be something like, for example, why 10,000 San Francisco or people from the Bay Area are using this XYZ. So you're using other people. Why all these people are gathering to this event. Another hook would be something like, another social hook would be something like what this influencer does for his XYZ problem. I'm giving you templates, right? So then another way would be gain hooks. That's like something like enter to win, or get this thing, or how to do this, how to, for example, like how to learn how to do this, or how to get this for this price, or whatever it is. So those are hooks, psychological hooks. And what you do is you choose your images and you design your images of your ads based on hooks. But then you write your messages based on the avatar. So A, B, C, D are your different avatars. Remember, you learned that in the last video, how to create unique buyer persona avatars. Once you have your avatars, you add, A, B, and C, or D, or whatever, how many avatars you have. And then you write different headlines for each avatar based on their slang words they use, based on their interest in problems that they need to solve. And then you choose images based on the hooks. So the images stay the same no matter what avatar it is. So if you choose a time hook and it's like something about like 60 seconds, the image might be something to do with a clock with 60 seconds, or a big number that says 60 seconds. And you could use that same image on all 4 of these buyer personas. But the only thing that's different on that ad is the headline is different because it's written for each buyer persona. And then you do the same thing with the next hook. If the next hook is let's say the next hook is a social hook that says why, or let's say it's a numbers hook. So it says 3 ways to do XYZ. Then you do a big number 3, for example, or you do 1, 2, 3 on the ad. You could do that same image on all buyer personas. The only difference is the headline is written for the avatar. So if the avatar is like a younger person, you're going to use younger words that a younger person would use. And if this was written for an older person, you'd use older language. And depending if it's a professional and they want to be more professional, or if they're more want to be more fun and funny, it just depends on the guy's personality type, and that's what changes. The only thing that changes is, the hook stays the same, the avatar changes, and that's the key. So in the upcoming web class, what I'm going to show you is how to use this cheat sheet to advertise your lead magnets on Facebook and Instagram. And this is how I increased my return on investment for my ads dramatically, because things were matched up. So click on that link below, confirm your seat. I look forward to seeing you on the webinar. Take care.